Today I want to make a very simple video and I want to talk about effortlessly elegant and effortlessly chic. I want to say that in the last couple of years, I have shifted my style quite drastically. And the summary is that I feel more like in my body than ever before. The context of this change is something I've been trying to figure out over the last 12 months. And I think no, I'm sure that for the first time, finally, I'm very willing to embrace my feminine side. So, because I because I work in tech, finance, and economics, people around me are all males, and nothing wrong with that. It's just that I feel like when I embrace too much of my femininity, it it doesn't put me in a good light. More specifically, I've been to meetings and my team, the people they've hired, they're males, for example, and people sometimes speak to them instead of speaking to me. So I know that, if you look too good, people don't take you that seriously. Even if I'm the boss, even if I'm the CEO and the founder of the company. So I would say, very early on, I always suppress my feminine side and dress in more structured silhouettes. I would say after, almost a decade of running my company, I feel very comfortable in my own skin now. I don't feel I don't feel like I need to show up in a very masculine space. More specifically, I don't in a masculine world, I don't want to compete with their masculine energy. I do not want that masculine alpha energy that I know that I have, but I don't want to play that game. I want to still have that alpha energy, focus, discipline inside of me, at the same time show up with my feminine self and find that balance. I would say, I think I've done a very, very good job in the last couple of, maybe I would say my style has really upgraded in the last 12 to 24 months. And I can see that I show up differently. I can also feel the difference when I enter a room. It's no longer the strong masculine energy. It's a bit softer, but still, I will listen to you and I want to listen to you. And I'm not here to fight with you kind of energy from other people. So that is good. So I want to talk about effortlessly elegant. I would say that in my experience, that people compliment me a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. The female versus male complimenting me for very like they I would say females compliment me in a very for specific kind of looks and outfits, and males compliment me in a different kind of looks and outfit. I would say males compliment me more when I'm in very, very vintage clothes, like I've got a vintage Oscar de la Renta, very interesting patterns. It's an you know nothing revealing. I don't really wear revealing clothes, but with a very nice blazer and a dress, very interesting outlook and design, and a lot of people complimented me. Today, for example, I wore a tailored polka dot dress with a vintage 60s wool hat, and like a little bag. And as much as women complimented me, men also complimented me. So that was I think a bit more of a structured look. It's something that I noticed men will compliment me on, whereas females will compliment me on anything. When I look good, when I'm going to the theaters, when I am just wearing a summer dress in Paris, like people just compliment me as I start embracing more of my feminine self. So today I want to explain how to look effortlessly elegant and chic. The summary, I'll begin with the summary, then I'll go into the different kind of points and segments, and I've written notes. The summary, to be very, very honest, is you have to be attractive, have to be fit, good skin, you have to be interesting beyond work. So having multiple hobbies or different versions and identities that you could show up. So for example, I like hosting social dinners, and I show up I have my identity as a host, as opposed to me speaking in a panel, or me working with my team and mentoring them. I have different types of identities as I'm showing up in different environments. So having multiple hobbies and multiple identities in that sense helps you to be more interesting. And of course, no mental or physical health problems. And in summary, a lot of things just boils down to being confident. I would say I'm already very confident in my skin before I decided to embrace my feminine side. But now I feel complete. I feel like I've got the insight done, I've got the mindset done, I've got the health, sports, hobbies, whatever done. And now I'm also showing up outside in the way that I feel I want to show up as. So that's always nice. There are a few categories that I want to go into. And how many are there? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 categories. The first one is fashion, with skincare, manners and lifestyle, posture, hobbies, social, and fitness. So 7 in total. Of course, it goes more into details, but in general, I would summarize them as these 7 categories. I know that the truth about being effortless and being low maintenance is that it's very effortful and high maintenance in the background. However, I don't feel like that at all because I truly enjoy all these 7 aspects of me. And I do it because I enjoy them. So it never feels a lot of work. It just feels as part of me being me. So, that's some context before we go in. First one, fashion. So the general gist of fashion is that I want to embrace my feminine self while still preserving the strong alpha presence. For inspirations, I look at Parisian fashion for daily wear, Italian summer style when it's summertime. I also really like the 50s, 60s feminine silhouettes. And wintertime, I really like the London, New York, or big cities kind of winter style. I'm also very, very intentional about showing up. And now, even when I go to the groceries, even if I do errands, I will show up properly. I will dress well when I go out. The only time that I dress like crap is when I'm going to the local markets, to the wet markets, and I want to buy something from these shop owners. And if I look too good, they actually charge me very, very high. So I'll just wear like random t-shirts and shorts that I have. And sometimes I also wear slippers that I go to the pool with. And otherwise, I never wear slippers out. And it's a bit more of like slides than slippers. Yes, so that's the only time I will look a bit crap. Otherwise, I'm always very intentional about showing up. So let's start with curated wardrobe pieces. Yes and no. The yes things, natural, high quality materials. I prefer smaller wardrobes of timeless pieces rather than buying a lot of fast fashion, a lot of cheap quality. Tailored pieces, so it truly fits me. I'm very lucky because a lot of the vintage things, I can wear off the rack and it fits me perfectly. But there's some things that I do need to tailor to fit my body. So sometimes in different countries, different styles, I need to get them tailored. I also buy pieces that when I wear them, I go, wow. So I wear the clothes and not the other way around, and not the clothes wearing me. I go for a lot of vintage, unique pieces. In general, I don't like buying off the rack. I don't like buying the current stuff in the shops because I just find it quite I don't like people having the same clothes as me. But of course, I will still buy stuff off the rack when it comes to basics, like, your undergarments and white t-shirts because everyone needs a staple white tee. I also prefer solid colors, clean designs like stripes, polka dots, or interesting texture. I don't like lots of patterns. I don't like these kind of animal prints stuff. It's not my style. Iron clothes. Always have a good steam iron around instead of the ironing board and iron. It's so much easier. So I just bought a steam iron and I'm actually going to just keep it up probably at this corner. And so I will always steam my clothes before going out. A lot of the clothes that I buy in general, they don't need steaming because I'm just a bit lazy that way, very low maintenance. But I do realize that, some of the dresses that you go out for dinners, it's just much nicer to steam them. So I'm going to set the steamer up. I like to mix high and low, so high fashion with low fashion, so it's it's a bit it's a bit more unique in design. It's not like something you just flip in a catalog in a magazine and you can figure what they are. When shopping, I would think about the my overall personal style as opposed to specific things that I love individually that doesn't fit into my wardrobe or fit into my style. So I've seen a lot of pieces that are very, very pretty, but they just don't fit into my style, my lifestyle, my personality. So I don't buy them. But there are some pieces that can elevate my style. I don't have them and I'll buy them. For example, I don't have them right now because I lent it to my mom and she's in Japan. I just bought this beautiful vintage cape. It's a vintage Balmain cape with cashmere and fur trim. Beautiful, absolutely stunning, and whoever wears them just takes the entire elegant level to like 3 to 10 levels up. Absolutely stunning. So I don't have anything like that, and I wanted to add it to my wardrobe because it really elevates my entire outfit no matter what. Think of an extra piece, like a third piece beyond your usual clothes, as something that takes the outfit to the next level. So for example, this cashmere coat is something that can take everything to the next level. It's a bit more of a wintertime thing. For summertime, what I usually look at are gloves. So I do have gloves, like silk summer netted gloves or lace gloves. Really nice, good shoes. So unique pieces of shoes that I found. And then hats. I wear lots of hats and I love hats. Today I wore a hat from the 60s. It's from the US and it's absolutely stunning. Look in the mirror before going out, super easy, and see what fits and what doesn't. So for example, this morning I was running errands and I just wore a scarf as a top. I tied it in an interesting way, wore as a top, and then I was wearing my linen summer trousers, or summer pants, shorts. And I didn't like the overall style because it just wasn't me. So I went to change into my suede skirt that I got in Korea, and it just fits me so well. It just fits the style better. So take a look in the mirror, see what works and what doesn't. If it doesn't work, change it. Very important, feeling comfortable in the piece of clothes that you bought or you're wearing. There's no point buying a beautiful piece and you just don't feel comfortable in it. I have done a few of these mistakes before. In fact, unfortunately, I've got 2 pieces of very pretty dresses in my closet. They're very beautiful, and I just don't feel that comfortable in it because they're quite short. And I'm not someone who wears short dresses. And they're not exactly the party cocktail dresses either. One is for the beach, so that's okay. I could wear it to the beach. And the other is a bit of a long sleeve, really cute dress. And I think I will buy some skirts. So I think I'll buy some skirts just to wear it and just layer it up so it just creates a lot more layers and volume. And lastly, the yes part of just fashion and wardrobe. If you're wearing a bra, or if I'm wearing a bra, get a bra that fits. Full stop. So many people are just wearing atrocious, unfitting bras. What's the point? Things I do not do. So in general, I don't buy things off the rack. I try to buy unique and vintage high quality pieces, but I will buy the basics, as mentioned, off the rack. I don't follow trends. I don't wear logos, not a billboard. And I don't wear jeans. I used to wear skinny jeans in the past. I used to have one, but I've not worn jeans in years, and I wear other kind of trousers, but not jeans. I do have one jeans because it's a very interesting material. It's not like the blue denim type. It's green, and I bought it in Spain. I have not touched it in the last 3 years, but it's very cute, and I feel like you should probably have a jeans in your house, but I never wear them. The next thing is jewelry and accessories. So for staples, I think it's important to get diamond earrings, pearl earrings, tennis bracelet, and a solid gold bangle. Of these 4, I've got 3. So I'm looking for a solid gold bangle. I also have my daily stack, and I've talked about that before, but basically it's stuff that I wear every day. I do sports in them, I travel in them unless I'm going to countries that I don't feel comfortable with. My daily stack is in it's mixed metals, and that's because I want to wear my jewelry have to match my bag's hardware. So usually it's black and gold, or silver and black, and then or silver, diamond, and white. That's the usual kind of mixtures that I like. I realize I do have a lot of gold hardware, and I don't have enough gold pieces, and that's why I'm looking for a gold solid bangle so I can fit. And with the mixed metals, I can be a bit more versatile with the kind of the kind of bags that I'm using. In general, I also avoid costume jewelry, and I try to get real hardware. But this is a personal preference. Colored gem, big proponent of colored gem. I like to experiment in that way. Brooches are a really nice touch. I like to collect brooches, vintage brooches. I have brooches for summertime, for wintertime, for springtime. And it's a very nice little touch to different things. So I wear scarves. Today, for example, I wore a scarf. And instead of tying it up, I just connect it with a brooch. I also wear brooches to a lot of whatever styles that it just fits my style. And lastly, sunnies. So I was trying to get a vintage sunnies from one of these brands. I think it's a Chanel or something. But I think it doesn't really fit my face. So I've got Asian face, Asian nose, which means I'm not buying a Caucasian sunglasses. I buy Asian brands that caters to Asian face and Asian noses. So I've got this Chinese brand, really love them. I've been wearing them for 4 years now. I randomly found them online, and I got my second pair with them. They just really fit my face. Like Asian face, Asian nose. Love it. The third thing in the fashion category, bags. So in general, I don't like bags. I like pockets and like small little, like a pouch to fit my cards and key. But if I have a bag, then I want it small. We're not going to rob a bank. We don't need a big bag. The exception is outdoor activities like the beach and picnic. You need a large bag to fit your towels, your sunblock, your picnic mats. You need a big bag. So I do have one big bag. It's a vintage Ralph Lauren denim, 100% cotton. It's a bit heavy, but it's great to throw everything in there. It's also great for travel. I'm just not a big bag person. It's not interesting to me. I do have backpacks, and I don't know if you would describe them as big, but I need to put my laptop in there when I travel with my laptop. So I do have backpacks. In my capsule bag wardrobe, I would say a laptop bag, laptop sleeve, a long east-west bag, so like horizontal bag, a black bag for galas and dinners, typically in full leather, and I like box leather very much. I don't like patent leather, and I don't like the Epsom leather. I really like box leather very much. I also have a lot of crossbody for hands-free movements and errands. My crossbody is my go-to. I always pick my crossbody up, and I can put my recycle bag in there and just go and run errands. Wicker bag for summertime, leather messenger bag for work, bag with gold hardware, and also with a pop in color. So nothing white, gray, beige, black, something that really pops when your outfit is just a bit more subtle. A giant bag for picnic and the beach, as mentioned, and a classic staple black leather bag with gold hardware. It's the perfect thing to pair with your little black dress. You cannot go wrong with black and gold. Last part of the fashion segment, shoes. So you cannot go wrong with heels. Learn to walk in them. For me, Ferragamo, my shoe of choice and my leather of choice. I always love real leather. I'm not the biggest fan of patent leather, but sometimes it just fits the look. So I do have a few of them. Kitten heels, big fan of them. Stilettos, pointed toe shoes, I like those. And a broad heel shoes. Not wedges, but broad heel. I don't like wedges. I do not own wedges. Other than heels, ballet flats, shoes for sports, sandals for summer and casual days. Big fan of leather sandals. I do have them. And then loafers or boat shoes for summer. I also have them. And then slippers for the beach. Slippers, slides, whatever you call them. But in general, I don't wear slippers to anywhere else other than the beach and the pool. I do wear them if I go to the local market because I get a cheaper price and I get to negotiate sometimes. But otherwise, I do not wear slippers out. I could wear that to throw trash or to go down to pick something, a package or something, but in general, I really don't wear them. Okay, part 2, skincare. So I'm just going to go through the points because there's actually a lot of things to talk about. This effortlessly elegant, effortlessly chic thing, actually it's a lot of points to consider. So number 1, good skin. When you have good skin, you don't need makeup, and I personally don't like people with too much makeup. I think it looks a bit trashy. So having good skin. How to do that? You drink 3 liters of water a day. That's where you have a water bottle for. And drink more when doing sports. My watch tracks how much water I lose while doing sports, so very handy. It knows how much I need to drink, how much extra I need to drink. Have good skin barrier. So good skin, it's not just good skin, it's the underlying skin barrier. This is something I've only learned like a few years ago. If it's too oily or if it's too dry, you need to fix it properly. You need to go figure out, is it too oily, is it too dry, what's going on, and you need to fix the skin barrier. My skin barrier used to be quite bad because I realized I was using a face wash that's too harsh to my face. So I stopped doing that. In fact, right now, if I use too much of salicylic acid, if I use it like twice a week, which I unfortunately have done this week accidentally, then my skin starts to be very dry, it starts to peel. So know your skin, understand your skin. There's no one formula that fits everything, just like personality, everyone is very different. So your skin is very different for everyone. Figure out how to fix the skin barrier, fix that, take care of that. And then once you have everything done, you need to maintain good skincare. Currently, what I do today, or what I have today, I've got a CeraVe moisturizer. I use that daily. I've got a Muji toner. A friend gave it to me and I really like it, so I bought more. I've got a CeraVe face wash because it's very easy and clean and light. I have a 2% salicylic acid face wash, and I use that once a week or once a few weeks because I forget to use them. When I use it too often, it's not good for my skin. I do have another face wash, and that's the one that I used previously. It's a bit too harsh on my skin, so I try to use that once every few weeks. I use the ordinary retinol acid for my face, and typically you should do that once a week. I always forget that, so I do it, once a few months. Consistency is very important, and I'm not doing a good job with that. I used to be doing a good job, but I just like things simple and easy, just the moisturizer, and that's good enough for me. I also use aloe vera because my mom thinks aloe vera is the miracle pill for everything. And when my skin is not very good and sometimes I just need some level of like thick moisturizer, I put aloe vera. Or you put Vaseline. And so these are the only products that I use. I used to do gua sha and, I've done that for a month and that's it. I still have it, I just don't do it anymore. I didn't think that was very useful. I do notice that when I had like blocked nose or something, then when I do gua sha, it helps to move things around and then I could breathe again. But otherwise, yeah, to me gua sha it's a fun little thing to do, but it's not something I want to do it all the time because I'm a little bit lazy. I also have very good skin to start with, so very lucky genes. I do facial whenever possible because I remove the blackheads by professionals. And I would say once you do it often enough, it just goes away. Like just maintaining good skin is quite easy when you have a good base barrier. And weekly face masks. Typically you want to do it more often. I also forget because I'm also lazy. But in general, I try to have like a self-care day on one of the weekend nights that can do all these different things. I used to do it. Candles, face mask, journaling, and then I stopped. So, my fault. 8 hours of sleep daily, that always helps. Hand cream, so I've got hand cream with me all the time. I've got hand cream in different parts of the house, and I've got one just at the entryway so that I can put it in my bag when I leave the house. And I use hand cream all the time. It's very important, and it's just like a little drop. Then you just rub it into your hands, and that's it. Very simple and easy. The only annoying thing is when I wear rings, it just gets a bit annoying, but that's it. Just wash them. Sunblock when I leave the home. Very important. One thing I've learned is getting urea cream for my feet. It just makes my feet really soft. I think the rest of my body is just really, I'm very lucky with the genes part of things. But my feet, because, I don't know, you do sports, you go out, you do things, you walk, and my feet is just not as soft. But urea cream, it's magical. It changed my feet. It's so soft right now. And I've got moisturizer for the body. I've tried a lot of different things, and I'm still experimenting. Now I'm using baby moisturizer, baby lotion. I smell like a baby. I smell like baby powder. But it's nice. It absorbs into your skin very, very quickly, so I don't need to wear gloves when I sleep. I used to have different kind of stuff for my skin. It doesn't absorb as quickly, so I wear gloves to sleep. Now it absorbs immediately, so I don't need to wear gloves to sleep. Hair experiment to see what that works. For me, washing my hair daily is just the perfect thing for my hair. I'm also very lucky because my hair is black. It's very black. It's super straight. It's thick and healthy. So it's just lucky genes. I don't have to do much with my hair at all. It's very soft. The only downside is that I can't curl my hair, but I'm very happy with my straight hair, so it doesn't matter for me. Don't think I'm missing out on anything. Right now, I've also bought a keratin hair mask. I don't think it was useful at all, but it was on discount in the pharmacy. Figured, why don't treat my hair? I don't think it has made any difference. I don't think it actually will make any difference. But yeah, my hair is soft, and so good for me. Next is nails. Keep them short and neat. So short and neat, and actually I cut them every 2 weeks, and I'm gonna go to the manicure place tomorrow. So sometimes I have colors, but in general I just keep them healthy. I don't like colors because these things are chemicals. I just don't like touching chemicals. So I don't never use gel polish because I think that's awful to your nails. Accidentally did it once. Awful to my nails. Didn't like it. I always use the colors, the classic, and then I remove them after a week. So my nails are strong and I really like them. Keep them short as well. Never really use bright colors. I like pastel and nudes. They're always the classic, or I just get it buff and get it shine naturally. But once in a while, I think red is fine, especially during Christmas and Chinese New Year. A new tip that I'm implementing as well is that I have my own set of travel manicure. I bring it to the manicurist to do my nails, and I sterilize it after use because I don't know how each of these companies treat their hygiene, like take care of the hygiene level. I would say I think everyone does a good job, but especially when you travel, you don't really know the hygiene level. So bring your own set. And even if they clean, I don't know how well they clean it. I just want to do it myself. Makeup. So makeup, I rarely do makeup, and this is what I would do. I would do my eyebrows, I will do mascara, and I will have lipstick. I also just bought a talc-free cream for like blush and eyeshadow. I rarely use them. Eyeliner, which I also rarely use them. I bought them because I thought it'd be fun to try a bit of makeup. Turns out I'm really not a makeup person. I'm just really shit at that. So I just have something very simple. I usually just don't wear makeup. I just have sunblock and I leave the house. But I recently learned about lipstick and it really looks very pretty. So I'm putting lipstick when I go out now. I do have, like, I've got lipstick, I've got lip balm, and I don't know, like a lip tint or something. You put it on your lips and then it changes colors based on your lips. Super cool. The same lipstick thing, when I put it on my lips and put it on my mom's lips, it looks very different. Super cool. Don't know how that works. It's just magic to me. In summary, when it comes to face, I'm a big fan of stick to natural. Don't follow whatever trends. I think trends are stupid. Classic is what lasts forever. Don't color your hair. Don't do stupid things to your face. Just be as natural as possible. That's the goal. Number 3, manners and lifestyle. So to me, it took me a long time to learn this, but to me, I need a place that is home, that feels like home, and I make it homey. That's why I've been refurnishing my house again, because I want things to be as homely and homey as possible. Handwritten notes and postcards. So for Christmas, birthdays, and when I travel, I write cards to people, and people appreciate that, and I love that. You know, my friends are all around the world, and it's very easy to just keep in touch that way by writing handwritten cards. Table manners. I can talk so much about table manners and etiquette. I think it's very important for one to have good table manners. Dress appropriately to the event one goes to. When you're going to an event, when you're dressing appropriately, you are showing respect to the event, to the host, and to yourself. I really find it very uncomfortable when people just show up in shabby or like inappropriate clothes. It doesn't have to be shabby, it's just inappropriate. For example, you can have a very beautiful cocktail dress, but you don't wear that to a funeral. You don't wear that to the opera. You've got proper clothes for proper events. I think that's just part of manners. I know not everyone cares about this. I personally care about this, and I think that adds to the atmosphere of effortlessly elegant and chic. Next, which I don't do unfortunately, is smiling at people. I, I smile at kids, I smile at animals. I don't really smile at people because I don't want to invite them to talk to me. I don't like people talking to me. I just like to exist in my own world. But I smile to people and talk to people in, more social settings. I don't like people talking to me in public. It's just unnecessary. Saying hello. So I try to say a lot more hello now when I pass the security guards. I try to say hello. When I get a drink, for example, I buy tea, I try to say hello. Give compliments. Make eye contact. I'm not very good at making eye contact. Again, because I don't want to invite a connection and a conversation to begin. But this is something I'm working on. I'm going to be more cautious and more mindful to make eye contact and to say hello, to smile at people. Slow down. It's not what I'm doing because I have a lot of things to talk about and I don't want to make a video very long. But slowing down. Slow down in the way you speak, in your movements, in the way you show up, in the way you walk. It helps a lot. Be confident, be intentional. Oh, this is something random, but this is what I do now. I've been doing this for years. But annual health checks to see what needs to be improved internally. So I do a lot of random checks, and every year I've got this like list of tests to do, and I check in year on year. If it improves, I don't have to do the test anymore. Otherwise, I would do different kind of tests to see how to improve my body. I would say, yeah, very healthy. Being healthy internally is a huge part of being effortless because you don't have to take care of yourself on the outside as much because you're on the fundamental level, you're doing well already. Healthy mind. So some days gets very stressful, so figure out how to balance the stress. When it comes to mental health, I don't know much about that, but I guess see a doctor. Set goals. Have a positive mindset, aim big, and be disciplined to get the goals. I think that's the alpha version of me. And then take time to know oneself. I think that's very important. In a very crazy, busy world of today, people stop taking time to understand themselves better. So what do I mean by that? I mean experimenting and finding your personal style. Feel what brings out the best version of you. What makes you feel feminine? What makes you feel masculine? What makes you feel confident? What makes you feel uncomfortable? And just explore these different aspects. That's how you get to know yourself because fortunately we all don't come with a manual of how to work. We have to go and explore, try different buttons, try different situations and figure out this is what I like and this is what I don't. And record them down as I do. Number 4, this is short. Posture. Posture is so important in looking effortlessly elegant and chic. I would say somehow I have a signature walk. I know every time from afar, people can notice me. I think I just walk differently. I don't know what's different. It's just different. So for example, if I meet a friend and just seeing the way I walk from a distance, my friend knows that's me. And they come towards me or, they wave at me. Other times, like I met my mom to go for dinner after her work, and her colleagues will know, okay, I don't know, I've never seen your daughter, but I know that's her because of the way she walks. I don't know what, but I think that's all posture. Straight back, shoulders down, head straight, chin neutral, and just walk properly. I don't walk, hunchback, looking down. I walk with determination. Like I walk with focus. I walk with a goal in mind. And ballet helps. I've only started doing ballet this year, so I have good posture since young, and ballet helps to improve my posture as I go. So good posture, very important. Number 5, hobbies. Hobbies, I look at hobbies as ways to become a better version of myself. The goal is to be the best version of myself. So fitness is a big part of hobby, but I'm going to talk about fitness last, S7. Right now we're talking about hobbies. So a lot of passions and a lot of hobbies. In general, I categorize them into 4 categories. The first one is one that expands me. So random things that I just like to go deep into topics and just learn about these random things, just to expand my knowledge a bit bigger. I look at life as a big T, and I just want to expand this broadness of how big my mind can go. And the other T, the one that goes down, that's my subject matter expertise, and that's a bit more of the professional world. But in the non-professional world, I want to go as broad as possible. So I learned about random things, and it's part of me collecting them as hobbies, gemstones, watches, bone china, silverware, crystalware, reading, learning, experimenting, experiencing. These are all things I do to expand me a bit further. Notice I didn't say travel, because I don't like this term travel. I think travel with an intention to go and learn new things, try new things. I think I love that. Second is one that helps me to go inside, reflect on myself, learn a bit more about myself. And so this is where journaling, meditation, reading comes in. The third is one that makes me healthy. That's where fitness comes in, where sports comes in. We'll talk about sports and fitness later. And fourth, ones that nurtures me. This one is very important. It nurtures me as a person, taking care of me, right? Cooking, writing recipes, exploring recipes, learning about the old world. So I love history and learning about that. It nurtures me from the inside. Just learning about how we were gives me a bit more sense of how we are today. Because it's not like we just magically appeared here. A lot of the things that we are, who we are as society, it started because we came from somewhere. So learning about the old world gives us a lot of understanding of where we are today and what world is going to come up later. I love natural materials, so I do a lot of research about that. And it's how I buy different kind of clothes. Like this one is 100% cotton. I love that. Reading biographies, reading in general, gardening. I love gardening. I have a little garden and I love gardening. Painting, listening to music, dancing in my home, art, fashion, styling, buying art, making art, being art. I love that. I think that's the highest level to one's life. Being art. For nutrition, eat clean, good food, cook your own food. I would also say as part of hobbies. Personally, I love this. Going to the theatre, going to ballet, musical, operas, plays. I love that very much. Of course, there's also other aspects of hobbies that, go to a music festival, go to a club, a hip hop, go and find this DJ, go and follow this DJ. Lots of stuff to do. Just not too big into that. I can do that. It's just not something I want to put in as something I want to spend my time on. It'd be fun to go with friends and to go and do things together. But personally, I like the theatres a lot more. This is something I'm going to start adding into, be more intentional to add into into 2026. It's monthly trips to art and to see art and exhibition. Right now, I'm already doing monthly ballet and watching ballet, but I want to add a bit more. So art, fashion, poetry, museum. You need to feed your eye on beauty. Appreciating beauty is as important as creating beauty. Appreciating art is part of being art, creating art, making art. And I want to do more of that. I would say, at one point I was going to the museums every month, to different museums, look at the exhibits. Love that. And I want to continue doing that again. And then lastly, go to places, go on walks, go explore the neighborhood, especially when I'm at home for too long. Definitely go out more. Okay, we're going to end soon. The next one is social. So host parties and make friends with people outside of your circle, outside of your comfort zone. And lastly, fitness. I'm going to finish this soon. So fitness is related to hobbies. And to me, fitness is the sports that you enjoy and keeps you fit. So 4 categories. Yeah. 4 categories again. And then the last one is others for fun. The first one is flexibility. This is very important in aging, and that's where yoga comes in. The second is cardio. You need to have X amount of time to keep your heart rate in zone 4, and that's where tennis comes in. Any cardio works. Strength is where bone density is very important. That's where lifting comes in. Fourth is stuff that I just really enjoy. That's ballet. And then 5 is just others I do for fun. It's not part of my weekly routine. And that's things like ski, golf, diving, wakeboarding, whatever sports that I'm into in the moment. So that's it. It's a very long video. And turns out being effortlessly elegant and chic is not as effortless as it seems. To me, because I've already incorporated all of these in my life, it's who I am. It's my identity. It's my being. So it generally doesn't feel difficult for me at all. I really enjoy that. So yes, that's me. And hopefully this gives you some ideas of what it takes to be effortlessly elegant. I think once you incorporate all of this in your life, then it genuinely is effortless. Like, yeah, I can leave the house in 10 minutes because everything is just done, put together, very easy. So, yeah, it's good. It's easy being me. Till then, I'll speak to you next time. Bye.